Can I ask you something? No, really. Can I ask you something that I want you to answer honestly? Not out loud, but in your heart. When did you start believing that who you are was too much? When did you begin apologizing for your intelligence, for your kindness, for your ambition, for your joy, for your healing, for your success? When did you decide it was safer to become a smaller version of yourself just so other people could feel bigger? If you're anything like me, it didn't happen overnight. It happened one comment at a time, one rejection at a time, one disappointment at a time, one relationship at a time, until one day you looked in the mirror and realized you weren't even recognizing the person staring back at you anymore. Friend, if no one has told you this lately, you were never created to disappear. You were never created to hide your gifts. You were never created to silence your voice. You were created to shine, not because you're perfect, not because you have it all together, but because there is something inside of you that this world desperately needs. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Frequency and Flow Podcast. I'm your host, Kimberley Hamilton. Whether this is your very first episode or you've been walking this journey with me from the very beginning, I want you to know something. I'm grateful you are here because every week we make a choice. We choose awareness over autopilot, healing over hiding, purpose over fear. And today, we're choosing to stop dimming our light for anyone. So grab your favorite drink, take a deep breath, and let's have a conversation. Before we dive deeper, I want to make sure you have something that will truly support your journey. I created the Shift to Rise Starter Kit just for you. It's completely free, and it's packed with affirmations, journal prompts, a 7-day check-in, and a quick visualization practice to help you align and rise into your highest frequency. This is the very first step to creating the transformation you've been craving, and I don't want you to miss it. All you have to do is head on over to my Stan store. That's stan.store/Kimberley Hamilton 08 and download your free kit today. So if you're ready to start shifting old patterns and stepping into the woman you're becoming, go grab your kit now. And that's stan.store/Kimberley Hamilton 08. Your free starter kit is waiting for you. Segment 1. Your light was never the problem. I want you to picture the sunrise. Have you ever noticed something? The sun has never apologized for rising. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wonder who might be offended by its brightness. It simply does what it was created to do. Flowers don't stop blooming because another flower hasn't bloomed yet. The ocean doesn't apologize for taking up space. The mountains don't shrink because someone thinks they're too tall. Nature never questions its purpose. Only people do. somewhere along the line, many of us learned something that was never ours to carry. We learned that being accepted was more important than being authentic. So we started editing ourselves. We lowered our voices. We stopped sharing our dreams. We stopped celebrating our victories because someone called us arrogant. We stopped talking about our businesses because hardly anyone supported them. We stopped showing our joy because someone else was hurting. We confused humility with invisibility. There is a difference between being humble and hiding. You see, humility says, I know where my gifts came from. Hiding says, I don't want anyone to notice my gifts. Those are not the same thing. I remember hearing people say, don't get too excited, or be realistic. Who do you think you are? Or this one, you've changed. Can I tell you something? I hope I've changed, because healing should change you. Growth should change you. Wisdom should change you. If you're the exact same person you were 5 or 10 years ago, I want you to ask yourself, why? Growth isn't betrayal. Pretending to stay the same is. Segment 2. Why we dim our light. I don't believe most people wake up and say, today I'm going to hide who I really am. I think it happens quietly. A child raises her hand in school, and someone laughs at her answer. A teenager is excited about a dream, and someone says that's impossible. An adult starts a business and nobody cheers. Someone begins healing, and the people around them say, you've changed. Yes, because healing changes people. The truth is, many of us aren't afraid of failing. We're afraid of being seen, because if people really see us, then they can judge us, reject us, misunderstand us, and that's painful. But do you know what's even more painful? Living your entire life as someone you were never meant to be. Imagine reaching the end of your life and meeting the version of yourself you were capable of becoming. The woman who used her voice, the woman who trusted God, the woman who walked in confidence, the woman who started the business, wrote the book, applied for the position, shared her story, loved herself enough to walk away from what no longer is aligned. Now imagine realizing you spent your life protecting everyone else's comfort instead of honoring your own calling. I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me. I've learned something in my own journey. Every new level of growth asks the same question. Are you willing to be misunderstood in order to remain authentic? Because not everyone will understand your evolution. Some people only know the version of you that apologized for existing. When you begin standing taller, speaking louder, dreaming bigger, setting healthier boundaries, it can surprise people. Not because you've become someone else, but because you're finally becoming yourself. The people assigned to your purpose don't need the watered down version of you. They need the real you. So before we continue, I want you to sit with this question. Don't rush past it. Let it settle in your spirit. Where in your life are you making yourself smaller just to make someone else more comfortable? Think about that. Your light doesn't create darkness. It reveals it. And once you understand that, you'll stop apologizing for shining. So shine bright like a diamond. Let's take a moment to breathe and align. If you're on a path to healing, growth, or self-discovery, I've created the perfect trio to support you. Start with my ebook, Embarking on Your Personal or Spiritual Journey, a Comprehensive Guide, which is a sacred roadmap for anyone navigating a spiritual or personal awakening. Then dive deeper with my Making the Choice to Change, where I share real tools and mindset shifts that helps me rise from surviving to thriving. And to truly integrate your growth, don't miss the Awaken Her Journal, created by me, which is a guided experience designed to elevate your gratitude, self-care, emotional check-ins, and alignment. This is more than reading. It's soul work. Get your ebooks and journal now at stan.store/Kimberley Hamilton 08 and give yourself the gift of transformation. I asked you a question before the break. Where in your life are you making yourself smaller just to make someone else comfortable? I don't want you to rush past that, because awareness is where transformation begins. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you know better, you owe it to yourself to live differently. Segment 3. Your light doesn't create darkness. It reveals it. Can I tell you something that completely changed the way I look at people? For years, I thought my light was making people uncomfortable. I questioned myself. Maybe I should be quieter. Maybe I shouldn't share that. Maybe I'm dreaming too big. Maybe I should tone it down. But then I realized something. Light doesn't create darkness. Light simply reveals what was already there. Walk into a dark room and flip on the light. The light didn't create the dust. It revealed it. The light didn't create the clutter. It revealed it. The light didn't create what needed attention. It simply made it visible. And people are no different. Sometimes your peace reveals someone else's chaos. Your discipline reveals someone else's excuses. Your healing reveals someone else's wounds. Your confidence reveals someone else's insecurity. That doesn't make you responsible for fixing what your light reveals. Stop apologizing for exposing what you never created. Some people will celebrate your growth. Others will resent it. Both responses have more to do with where they are than with who you are. Read that again in your spirit. Someone else's discomfort is not proof that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it's proof you're finally walking in alignment. I want to speak to the person who's been holding back. The one who's been second guessing every post before hitting share. The one who's afraid to launch the business because of what family might say. The one who's afraid to apply for the promotion because you don't think you're qualified. The one who's constantly shrinking so no one feels intimidated. Friends, what if your obedience is on the other side of your fear? What if the very thing you've been hiding is the answer to someone else's prayer? You have no idea who's waiting for your courage. Your authenticity gives other people permission to be authentic. Segment 4. Stop negotiating with your calling. I've noticed something. We negotiate with ourselves far more than we negotiate with anyone else. Like, I'll start next month. I need one more certification. I need more followers. I need more money. I need to be more confident. Can I lovingly challenge that? Confidence doesn't usually come before action. Confidence is built because of action. And every time you take one courageous step, you teach yourself that you can trust yourself. And trust is what confidence is built on. Imagine if every time the sun came up, it asked, "Do you think you're ready for me today?" Or imagine if a flower waited for permission to bloom. Imagine if the ocean asked whether it was allowed to make waves. Nature doesn't negotiate with its purpose. Why are we negotiating with ours? There have been moments in my own life when I questioned whether I should keep going. Moments when I wondered if anyone was listening. Moments when disappointment whispered, maybe it's time to quit. And if I'm honest, those moments felt very real. But here's what I've learned. Purpose isn't measured by applause. Purpose is measured by obedience. Sometimes you'll plant seeds you'll never see bloom. Sometimes you'll encourage someone who never tells you they were encouraged. Sometimes you'll change a life without ever knowing their name. And to me, that's enough. Because I refuse to let temporary discouragement silence a permanent calling. I want you to imagine something. Let's fast forward 10 years. You're looking back on your life. What story do you want to tell? Do you want to say, I played it safe? I kept everyone else around me comfortable. I hid my gifts. I waited until I wasn't afraid. Or do you want to say, I showed up anyway? I trusted anyway. I loved anyway. I forgave anyway. I kept shining, even on the days I couldn't see the outcome. Because here's the truth. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is deciding your purpose is greater than your fear. Fear says, what if I fail? But faith says, what if this is exactly what you were created for? My friend, I hope something inside of you is beginning to wake up. Not because of anything I've said, but because you've been carrying this truth all along. You've just needed someone to remind you. In the final part of today's conversation, we're going to talk about what it actually looks like to shine without guilt. I'll leave you with affirmations that I hope you'll speak over your life this week, journal prompts that will help you go deeper, and one final message. One, I pray you'll carry with you long after this episode ends. I want you to do something for me. If you're driving, just listen. But if you're at home or somewhere safe, I want you to place one hand over your heart. Close your eyes for just a moment. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently let it go. Again, breathe in and breathe out. And one more time, in and out. Now, listen to me carefully. Not with your ears, but with your heart. The world doesn't need a smaller you. There has never been another you. Out of the billions of people who have ever walked this earth, not one has your fingerprint. Not one has your exact voice. Not one has your story. Not one has survived what you've survived. And become who you've become? Think about that. Your life, your journey, your pain, your healing, your wisdom. None of it is accidental. It has all been preparing you for the person you're becoming. And yet, somewhere along the journey, you started believing you needed permission to take up space. Who convinced you that your dreams were too big? Who convinced you that your voice didn't matter? Who convinced you that confidence was arrogance? Who convinced you that protecting everyone else's comfort was more important than honoring your calling? Today, I want you to release every one of those lies because they were never yours to carry. You weren't born to fit into rooms that require you to disappear. You were born to walk into rooms carrying peace, hope, wisdom, love, compassion, strength, and light. I wish I could sit across from every one of you right now. I'd look you in the eyes, smile, and say, you don't need permission anymore. Apply for that position. Launch that business. Write that book. Start that podcast. Go back to school. Take the trip. Set the boundary. Walk away from what's breaking your spirit. Choose your peace. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. Become yourself. Not when everyone understands. Not when everyone applauds. Not when everyone agrees. But now. Because your life is too precious to spend it waiting for approval from people who were never assigned to your purpose. And to people who are set on misunderstanding you anyway. The people who are meant to find your light can't find it if you keep hiding it. I want you to repeat these after me. Not because words are magic, but because the words we repeat eventually become the beliefs that we live. I refuse to make myself smaller to fit into places I've outgrown. My light is a gift, and I will not hide it. I release the need for everyone's approval. I trust the purpose placed inside of me. I deserve relationships that celebrate my growth. And every day I become more aligned with who I was created to be. Take one more deep breath and let those words settle into your spirit. Looking for inspiration, transformation, and tools to help you elevate your life? Then I invite you to visit my website at www.kimberley-hamilton.com. Hi, I'm Kimberley Hamilton, nurse of 20 years, author, mindset coach, speaker, and host of the Frequency and Flow Podcast. My mission is simple: to help people shift their mindset, align with their purpose, and rise into the highest version of themselves. When you visit my website, you'll find printed editions of my books, including Making the Choice to Change, A Peek into My Journey, and Embarking on Your Personal and Spiritual Journey. These powerful reads are filled with lessons, reflections, and practical tools designed to support your personal growth journey. You'll also discover my exclusive Shift to Rise signature collection featuring signature branded mugs, inspirational notebooks, empowerment planners, and motivational magnets. Each item was created with intention to serve as a daily reminder that your transformation begins with the choices you make every day. Want to meet me in person? Visit the events section of the website to find upcoming speaking engagements, wellness events, workshops, and appearances. I'd love the opportunity to connect with you, hear your story, and support you on your journey. Whether you're looking for personal development resources, meaningful gifts, transformational coaching, or inspiration to help you move forward, everything you need is waiting for you in one place. Your next chapter starts with one decision. Your future is waiting for you to say yes. Your shift begins today. Visit www.kimberley-hamilton.com. Tap into your frequency and live in your flow. When this episode is over, I encourage you to spend a few quiet moments reflecting on these questions, your journal prompts. Don't rush, just write honestly. Sometimes the answers we need are already inside of us. Number 1, where have I been hiding pieces of myself in order to be accepted? Number 2, whose opinion has been carrying more weight than my own inner knowing? Number 3, if fear wasn't part of the equation, what bold steps would I take this week? Number 4, what gifts have I been minimizing that could positively impact someone else's life? And number 5, what does letting my light shine unapologetically actually look like in this next season of my life? Before I let you go, I'd love to leave you with something that's been on my heart. If you'll receive it, this is for you. I pray that you stop questioning the very things that make you unique. I pray that your confidence is rooted in who you are, not in applause, titles, followers, or achievements. I pray that when fear whispers, your purpose speaks louder. I pray that when rejection comes, you remember rejection is often redirection. I pray that your heart remains soft, even when life has given you every reason to become hard. I pray that you find the courage to walk away from what no longer aligns with your peace. I pray that you never confuse being alone for being abandoned. Some of the greatest transformations happen in quiet seasons where no one is watching but God. I pray that doors open for you that no amount of striving could have opened. I pray that you trust the timing of your life, that you stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's 20, that you celebrate your progress instead of criticizing your peace. And above all, I pray that every room you walk into becomes a little brighter, not because of anything you own, but because of the kindness you carry, the hope that you speak, and the love you choose to give. May your life remind people that healing is possible, that purpose is real, that joy can return, and that one person choosing to shine can inspire countless others to do the same. May you never again apologize for the light that was placed within you, because it was never given to you to compete with anyone else. It was given to you so someone walking through darkness could find their way home. My beautiful friends, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this conversation encouraged your heart, would you do me a favor? Share this episode with someone who may have forgotten just how valuable they are. You never know whose life could change because you decided to press send. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love for you to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment telling me what resonated with you the most. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, leaving a review is one of the greatest gifts you can give. It helps these conversations reach more people who may need them. If you're ready to continue your personal growth journey, visit my website. It's in the description box, where you'll find coaching opportunities, self-paced courses, ebooks, and resources designed to help you shift your mindset, Align with your purpose and rise into the life you were created to live. And until next Monday, protect your peace, honor your purpose, raise your frequency, and live in your flow. And remember, never, ever dim your light for anyone. I love you, and I'll see you next week. If today's episode is resonating with you and you're feeling that pull to go deeper on your journey, I've got something just for you. Head on over to my Stand store at stand.store/Kimberley Hamilton 08, where you'll find transformational tools to support the very topics that we're talking about today. From my empowering ebooks to guided journals like Awaken Her, everything is designed to help you shift, rise, and realign with your highest self. Don't just listen, take inspired action. Visit stand.store/Kimberley Hamilton 08 and start your next level today.